really good to have all 400 Pokemon on my Pokedex. Damn, just look at that. 400 Pokemon on my Pokedex. I got them all. That's so cool. Man, I can't wait for the Island of Armor expansion next week. Already downloaded it. Definitely looking forward to it. I think it's going to be one hell of a DLC. Wait. Oh, here we go. We got ourselves a wild battle here. That's perfectly fine. Yeah, so yeah, looking forward to the DLC. Oh, I'm sorry. Am I supposed to be reviewing Monday Night Raw for you guys? Oh, I am terribly sorry. I really am very, very sorry for wanting to pick up my Switch and actually want to play it for for at least a couple of minutes. I extremely apologize to you guys for the foolishness of me on playing my Nintendo Switch while I'm supposed to be reviewing Monday Night Raw. I'm just gonna be honest with you guys. I love the women's division. I love that they always are the best things about these shows. But I'm at this point in time where I feel like at this point I just don't know anymore. I just don't know anymore. I just don't understand anymore. Just why? But we'll get to that soon. They had Charlotte Flair versus Asuka advertised on the show, and at first we all thought it was for the championship because an advertisement said it was for the title. But it was actually revealed that it was just a normal match, which was a nice, good thing for many fans. So the show started off with Asuka and Sasha Banks and Bayley interrupted. And then Charlotte interrupted. And then the Iconics interrupted. And then we had a big triple threat tag. And we had Asuka and Charlotte take on the Iconics and Sasha Banks and Bayley in a triple threat. But there was a sequence in this match between Sasha Banks and Peyton Royce. I felt like that was just so incredible to see those two just go at it. Please, WWE, please give me Sasha Banks versus Peyton Royce, and give them 20 minutes. Give them 20 minutes in the ring together, and you will have yourself a masterpiece. Seriously, those two are just so great together. And I don't want to hear anyone tell me Peyton Royce can't wrestle. she sure as hell can wrestle. But Asuka and Charlotte obviously got the win here. They beat Billie Kay, was the one that tapped out. Good old Billie Kay, back to doing the good old Billie Kay, doing the Billie Kay way. Doing things the Billie Kay way. Always getting pinned and submitted. Always doing things the Billie Kay way. And then we had Rey Mysterio's segment with Seth Rollins. You know, I'm loving this new Seth Rollins. I am loving the Messiah character. I think the new Seth Rollins, this is exactly what he needed. I felt like this new Seth Rollins is exactly what he needed. I felt like that's exactly what was needed. And it really helped, in my opinion. It really helped, in my opinion. And it's really gotten Seth back on track. It's made people really like Seth Rollins a lot more. I genuinely think it's helped. But what doesn't help is the fact that we got a tag team match. That is exactly what we got from last week. But this week, 50-50. Last week, it was Murphy and Austin Theory that got the victory. This week, Aleister Black and Humberto Carrillo get the win. And who was the one that ate the pin? Good old Buddy Murphy. Yeah, Paul Heyman sure as hell loves Buddy Murphy after that pinfall loss. But yeah, Paul Heyman likes Murphy. Sure he does. Then we had the Nostalgia Show. I'm not calling it the Peep Show. I'm going to be calling it the Nostalgia Show. Christian and Edge. Christian basically gave Christian a pep talk. Christian basically gave Edge a pep talk, trying to motivate him in his match against Orton. Orton said what he had to say, and me personally, I still don't care about this feud. I never have cared about it from the very beginning. I've never cared about it from the beginning, and I still don't care about it. Edge is winning. Edge is winning the greatest wrestling match ever, which it's not going to be the greatest wrestling match ever. I just think that's exactly what's going to happen. I think Edge is going to win, and Randy Orton will just get nothing. So next we had more Olympic sporting events of the Street Profits and the Viking Raiders. And I'm personally kind of over with these. The anything you can do, we can do better. I mean, I'm kind of tired of this, to be perfectly honest. Like, I enjoyed it while it lasted, but I'm kind of getting a bit tired of it. Kind of am. Kind of glad, to be honest, that I'm getting tired of it, because, you know, it just really isn't for me. Like, why are these two feuding? They're feuding. They're supposed to be feuding over the Raw Tag Team Championships, but they'd rather play sports. They'd rather play basketball. They would rather play golf. They would rather, you know, play bowling and jump over hurdles and eat turkey and all this other stuff. Like, how is this entertaining? How is this supposed to make us believe? How is this supposed to make us believe this is for the Raw Tag Team Championships? And they ended up tying the score 5-5. At the end of all this, it was a tie. And that means we're most likely going to be getting a wrestling match the next time these two teams meet. Then we had a triple threat match for to determine the number one contender for the United States Championship. Andrade, Angel Garza, and Kevin Owens. I predicted Angel Garza to win this match, but unfortunately, it didn't happen. Andrade and Garza started brawling with each other, and Zelina Vega wanted them to knock it off, but the two of them ended up brawling so much that they ended up whacking Zelina Vega. And they both argued over who hurt her, and in the end of the match, Kevin Owens would hit the stunner on Garza, and Andrade would pin his tag team partner. He would end up pinning Angel Garza to become the #1 contender again for the United States Championship. You know, I'm kind of getting a bit tired of Andrade, to be honest. He's definitely great as a heel, but man, it's really getting tiring to see him get another shot at the United States Championship. Sure, he never got his rematch, but I would really prefer somebody else. Then we had the VIP lounge, the I don't give a shit lounge, as I'm going to be calling it, because I don't give a shit about MVP and his VIP lounge. I really don't give a crap about it. I really do not. And it all led to a tag match. It all led to a tag match with Bobby Lashley and MVP versus the Viking Raiders. You mean to tell me that you have Viking Raiders do all these sporting events with the Street Profits, and you have Bobby Lashley defeat Eric of the Viking Raiders with a full Nelson? How is that really going to make any sense in the long run? I get it, it builds up Bobby Lashley, but really? At the expense of the Viking Raiders? After the fact that you've been making them jump hurdles, grab swords, throwing axes, throwing bowling balls, whacking golf balls, all this, just for them to lose to Bobby Lashley. And the scary scene is that Drew McIntyre, he got the upper hand at the end of the show. He delivered the Claymore to Bobby Lashley. He got the last laugh on the go-home show. If Drew McIntyre indeed, with that, are you seriously telling me that WWE is seriously going to give the WWE Championship to Bobby Lashley? Look, if Drew McIntyre loses the WWE Championship, and this is just me being honest, if Drew McIntyre ends up losing the WWE Championship next week, that ain't WWE's fault. It'll be all the fans' fault. It'll be the fans' fault for crapping on Drew McIntyre's reign as WWE Champion. If this indeed is the case, I'm not blaming Vince. I'm not blaming WWE. I'm blaming the fans for being fickle. Because every single time when the fans get something that they want, they end up crapping on it. Everything they get, it is crapped on. Everything they ask for, it's crapped on. They want a certain superstar as champion, crapped on. They want a certain female as champion, crapped on. Every single time. So if Drew McIntyre loses the WWE Championship, I'm not putting the blame on WWE. I'm putting the blame on all the fans that crapped on McIntyre's reign. And the final match was Charlotte and Asuka. This match was still advertised. It was still advertised, which I'm kind of surprised it was. But this is where I need to go on a bit of a rant. And I do apologize if this video goes on a lot longer than normal, but I feel like I really need to have this said. I want to make things perfectly clear to all of you. I love Charlotte. She is one of my favorites. She always will be. But as a fan, as an honest fan, you cannot tell me that this is fair. She goes from losing the NXT Women's Championship to all of a sudden challenging the Raw Women's Champion to a match. Beats her. And now she's potentially next in line for the Raw Women's Championship. And you had Charlotte, and this is what they did. In the opening segment, which I never mentioned this because I was saving it for here. They had Charlotte tell Sasha and Bayley this. They had Charlotte say to Sasha and Bayley, I don't need a title to stay relevant. Okay? You had Charlotte utter that sentence. And then you have her pin Asuka. You have her pin Asuka on Raw when you literally had her say that she doesn't need a title to be relevant. So basically, her promo on Sasha and Bayley meant nothing. And more importantly, this is how you treat your talent? Look at how many people have lost to Charlotte and have probably been wanting to get their revenge storyline on her for so long. Asuka's one of them. She has been wanting to get her revenge on Asuka since her WrestleMania loss. Bianca Belair has pretty much been waiting for her revenge storyline since NXT. Liv Morgan's been waiting for her revenge storyline. And Rhea Ripley. 4 women have been waiting to get their revenge on Charlotte Flair, and every single time WWE never gives it to them. Why is it so difficult to have Charlotte Flair just put people over? It's so damn ridiculous to me. Why does this woman need to keep winning matches? Why is the word lose, or why is the word putting over such a difficult thing for this company to do for the woman named Charlotte Flair? Why is that so difficult for them to do? Yet Sasha Banks take 4 months off. And fans came back feeling bad for her, and everybody missed her. You want Charlotte Flair to get over? Then have her do what Sasha did. Have her do what Sasha did. Take time off. Give her a holiday. You want her to become the most popular babyface on the roster? Have her do what Roman Reigns is doing. You would think this company would learn from two of the best people they have on their roster. Everybody despised Roman Reigns until he made his announcement about leukemia. And now everybody loves this guy. They feel bad for him. They don't want to boo him anymore because of his leukemia. Seriously, why can't they? You think they would have learned? You think that after seeing what happened with Roman, you think they could have easily used that on Charlotte? Or saw what happened to Sasha? You think they could have easily used that on Charlotte? But no, they continue to treat Charlotte like she's some kind of freaking metal machine that you just can't knock over. It's just ridiculous to me. And I love Charlotte. I'm one of her biggest fans. And you're hearing this from me! Someone who adores her! Someone who loves watching her compete in the ring! And I'm telling you the God honest truth! Why can they just have Charlotte feud with someone else other than a champion? If you had Charlotte tell Sasha and Bayley, oh, I don't need a title to be relevant, then feud her with Ruby, feud her with Bianca, feud her with Liv Morgan. It just doesn't make any sense to me. It just doesn't make any sense to me. You have Charlotte say these things, but then on booking wise, it just doesn't make sense. Why book Charlotte to say things like this? There's just no way Charlotte's okay with this. Deep down, Charlotte Flair, the person, must know this is ridiculous. There's no way she would be. There's no way she's just going to be honest saying, yeah, I'm okay with all the shit that I'm doing. There's no way. No way she can be okay with this. She's a human being. She's not stupid. She's a freaking human. She's not completely stupid. There's no way she can be this stupid and to be completely okay with WWE telling her, yeah, say the words, I don't need a title to be relevant, but be the champion and prove you still want a title. There's no way. Charlotte can't be this stupid and actually think that actually makes sense to her character. It clearly doesn't make sense to her character. This woman just needs a break. This woman needs time away. I don't care if Becky Lynch is not around. You can easily create new stars without Charlotte being there. Like I said before, you got talents like Ruby Riott, talents like Bianca Belair, people like Liv Morgan, talented females, Kairi Sane, talented people on your roster that you can easily elevate your divisions behind while Charlotte's gone. And oh, do you want to know who you have as the two front and center faces of your division while Becky and Charlotte are both gone? Their names are Sasha Banks and Bayley. Those two can clearly carry the division without them. I want this women's division to thrive. I don't want it to be all about one person. I want everybody involved. I want everybody to have their equal shares. But WWE makes it all about Charlotte. And I'm not okay with that. I feel bad for Charlotte. I'm not mad. I more feel bad. It's just ridiculous to me. Charlotte ends up winning against Asuka. But the thing is about this match is that Asuka kicked out at the end. She kicked out during the 3 count, and the referee still awarded Charlotte the match. So either they're going to play this off for Asuka to use as an excuse to have another match with Charlotte, which I think that is a good excuse to actually use. Like, they could just show footage of her kicking out. She can show evidence that she kicked out. But I don't really see it really making any difference. And also, I just want to make this real quick here. I just want to say this at the end here before I wrap this up. I honestly think Sasha and Bayley are going to retain their titles at Backlash. Because the Iconics attacked them during the Asuka-Charlotte match. I'm thinking Alexa and Nikki are probably going to beat them on SmackDown. And I think Sasha and Bayley are going to retain at Backlash. And I'd have Sasha Banks get the pinfall win or submission win. Because I feel like Sasha Banks needs to end her curse. Backlash is the pay-per-view where Sasha Banks finally puts an end to that long curse that she can't retain a championship. Sasha Banks needs to put that curse behind her at Backlash. That's where it ends. Backlash is where her curse ends and she retains. I'd have them lose the titles at Extreme Rules in July, because then you would have time to build up Sasha versus Bayley. And you have Bayley wrestle twice at Extreme Rules. You have her defend the tag belts, and you have her defend the SmackDown belt. You have them lose the tag belts through the Sasha Banks getting pinned, and you have Bayley retain against whoever you want to put her up against, as long as her name is not Lacey Evans. So that's what I think you could do there with Sasha and Bayley. So yeah, there you go, guys. Those are my opinions on Monday Night Raw. I do apologize for that rant, but I felt like it needed to be done. So I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Hit that thumbs up. Comment your thoughts down below. Subscribe. And I will see you all next time.